Hey there YouTube, this is Snowy88. Today I'm going to talk about Spacedock versus a Borg Cube. Now normally people do normal ships against the Borg Cube, but this time I take the Spacedock because if I look at the diagram of the Spacedock, I'm fairly impressed. And I even wondered where was the Spacedock when the Borg Cube entered Earth orbit in the TNG episode The Best of Both Worlds, Part 2. And also the Spacedock is not visible in First Contact. But it doesn't matter. I think what would happen if the Borg Cube decide to attack the Spacedock? So what you are seeing here now is an exact dimension picture of both vessels. Well, the Spacedock is a station, the Borg Cube is a vessel. The Borg Cube is 3000 by 3000 by 3000 meters. And the Spacedock is somewhat bigger, as you can see. And what volume wise concerns, well, I cannot really tell. So this is what the Earth Spacedock and the Borg Cube would like if they are sitting right next to each other. Now there is another Spacedock, Starbase, I think 78, I think. I don't know exactly which one, which is even a slight bigger than this one, because this is Earth Spacedock. Okay, now I have another picture because we are going to focus on a confrontation and we have to look at the weapon arsenal of both vessels, and you can see them here. This is the information I have about the weapons and other stuff which both vessels have. I call them both vessels. I cannot. The one is a station and the other is a vessel, but for the purpose of this video I call them both vessels. Well, as you can see, it's hard to imagine which one of these both vessels would win. You know, a Borg Cube is very versatile. It's fast. It has transwarp drive. It can regenerate itself. It can deploy a very high-powered beam to slice through shields and stuff, and it can transport drones aboard to assimilate the crew. But as we have seen in Star Trek First Contact, a Borg Cube is not entirely indestructible, because there were, well, I counted 30, maybe 40 ships or so at that battle, and they did heavy damage to the outer hull of the Borg ship, like Commander Data simply put out, it sustained heavy damage to its outer hull, he said in First Contact. So the Borg Cube isn't far from indestructible. So let's see the Spacedock specifications, and actually I'm quite shocked what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing here at the weapons that there are 200 phaser banks. No, there are, let me see, phaser beams, total 200 banks, 2 each, with an output of 5.0 times 10 to the 11th power, watts, I guess. And they have a range of 2.5 times 10 to the power of 5, which would be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is, I don't know. You may calculate that. Rate of fire 30 ppm. Don't know. Another beam called Mega Phaser Well, that's a term I never heard in the whole Star Trek franchise. A megaphaser? What is a megaphaser? Anyway, according to the specification, there are 40 of these megaphasers mounted on the space dock. And, well, have even more power than the regular phasers. Torpedoes, photon torpedoes, 20 bays, 2 each. Does that mean it has 20 torpedo launchers? That seems a little low for a space station that size. 20 torpedo launchers, 2 each. But it says it has a stock of 4,000 photon torpedoes. Well, if I remember the First Contact fight before, then each ship, well, usually fired a few torpedoes. And maybe there were 40 vessels or so firing at a specific location Picard told them to do, in combination with phasers of course. And, well, it had a huge impact on the Borg Cube. The rate of fire is 10 SPM. Well, SPM, what does that mean? I mean, SPM per minute, 10 species per minute. I don't know. This is guessing work, because the goal of this video is not entirely for me to address whether the space dock would win or lose against the Borg Cube, but to have you to discuss about it. Maybe find a way to determine which vessel would win. But if 10 SPM would count for each bay, then the space dock could fire, in theory, 200 photon torpedoes per minute, I guess. That makes it about 32 torpedoes per second. Well, those are a lot of photon torpedoes in combination with all those phasers, plus the fact that the space dock is a very, very huge station in this case. I mean, the Borg can also fire lots of torpedoes, but it will not destroy the space dock in one volley. So, well, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure which vessel would win. If I look at the shield rating of the space dock, hold off power 2.3 times 2 to the 13th power of watts. I don't know. I really don't know. If I would guess, and this would be just an educated guess, I think the space dock would obliterate the Borg Cube. With these weapon specifications, if they are mounted according to these specifications, it would simply destroy the Borg Cube. And maybe that's the reason the Borg Cube did not engage the space dock, because, well, they knew they could lose, or maybe they were certain they would lose. I'm not sure. So, anyway, it's up to you to decide whether which vessel would win this fight. And, well, the specifications are made in 1996 by a guy called Eric Christiansen. So I'm even not sure whether these specifications are exactly correct. So that's why this YouTube video is for. It's for you to decide which one would win. The Borg Cube entering Sector 001 again, but this time no Starfleet vessel is available, because there are always no ships near Earth when they are needed. and it encounters the space dock. What would happen? You may choose. I'm sorry I could not give you the answer to this question. You have to figure out that yourself. Because with these specification, I really cannot determine which one would win. I really cannot. So maybe there is some Einstein around the YouTube crowd who does know which vessel would win. So I would be pleased to know some facts about this and which one would actually win. And please take into account that Starfleet would use the space dock to its optimal performance because they know a Borg ship is coming or that the Borg are coming, and they would use the space dock to its fullest potential. So that's one criteria. And well, maybe the Borg sent 10 cubes this time instead of 1 because the Federation is hard to assimilate identity. So who knows? So it's up to you. Okay, guys. See you next time till my next video. Bye bye.